So that's Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, well, a Giants game. Doink. Yeah. We didn't have a stream up. If someone could fill us in on that, did they move the extra point back 15 yards because of the unsportsmanlike penalty, or what was going on? And if tell me on that, they did. Yes. Okay, that's kind of what I assumed. It was hard to read in the score bug. We're trying to get ready here. Giants, they're down by 10, but man, they moved the ball until they get to what? About the 5-yard line. That was a nice play call. Honestly, they should have had that first down. The weird throwing into triple coverage with your holder wasn't great. They look terrible, but in a weird way. Like they are moving nice between the 20s. The Giants are moving the ball. They just have 3 points to show for it, which is super embarrassing at this point. So I'm not quite sure what to do with them in the second half. Cleveland, what have they only had the 3 drives and they've scored on 2 of them? Cleveland's moving nicely. I'm waiting to see what these numbers open up with. We'll be looking at 22.5 and Cleveland favored by 1.5.
Wow. Interesting.
So we talked a little off air. I kind of brought up the over. We both didn't hate the over. We're going to need some help from Joe Judge for this. We're going to need, 10 points out of the Browns to get this over at least?
What do you mean, Joe Judge? You think he has anything to do with coordinating the offense? This is the Jason Garrett and Freddie Kitchens show, man.
Garrett,
the Freddie Kitchens revenge game against his old team that he couldn't coordinate out of a paper bag.
Did you see that? I don't even know what it was, like Copa America game or whatever, where the coach got thrown out and he was up in the upper deck on like a walkie-talkie. Yeah, like is Garrett walkie-talkieing in? I don't know. So Joe Judge, former special teams coach, let that happen where your holder is throwing. And it's funny because the kicker was open. Like you should have thrown it there. So is 22.5 too much? Or do we think
probably not?
Or do you think the Browns over 10.5 or the Browns -1.5 for a play here? Because the Browns have looked good, but again, the Giants moved the ball.
I think we take 22.5 before it goes to 23. I think it's going to get there. I think this goes up.
Somebody said walkie-talkies are highly illegal. That's probably true. Do you remember we talked to
only Ernie Adams and Bill Belichick get away with using walkie-talkies.
This was a conversation I had with Eric Eager, Pro Football Focus.
Sure.
And we were talking about like the bringing in the nerd to, run the scripts and tell you, here's what you should do on every 4th down right away, like let you know. And he's like, well, you can't have access to the internet while you're coaching a game. Like those guys, you can't have, that's what he said. Those are NFL rules. You cannot have internet access while you're coaching the game, apparently.
Yeah, can you imagine how boring that is?
That's why I don't coach in the NFL. Can you imagine not having your phone for 3 hours? Can you have it if you have it in airplane mode? Or I don't know. He says that's against the rules. I tend to believe him. He knows some people. So I guess you could have something non-internet based, but model.
Fundamental. Yeah, you got your model coded presumably if you're using one, but most of these guys are using their gut. Let's not fool ourselves here. They'd be on Twitter getting delayed games. I would be.
I played the over.
That in real life. I think the over is a look. 22.5. Let's get it. 23 right now at Bookmaker. A lot of points left on the field. I think that I feel realistically positive that the Browns could get us
21 of these
points. 21 of these points.
They do start with the ball. You want to hit the gas pedal, get up
right.
At 17.
Baker Mayfield at one point, his only incompletion was the 4th down that he didn't hit. Yeah. The 4th when they went 4th at one point. He's still.
We've had 3 drives end on downs. On the other side of the 50.
Clean game. Oh, did we? There's been 3. Oh yeah, shit! Look at that. Giants had that's right. Their first drive, I guess, effectively the blown special teams play was a turnover on downs.
See, Sturpe just said it all. It is tough.
NFL is tough to make money at gambling.
You think Baker woke up feeling dangerous today?
I mean, I hope he did because he's playing against the Giants defense. So
here's a good point.
Only Patriots use internet during the game. That was good. Yeah, I mean, that's probably real.
Here's a question for you. What cashes this? What is the score that cashes this? Is it a Giants touchdown when the game is out of reach? Are we getting? Is it like 17-3 and then the Giants get another touchdown? Or are the Giants going to make this competitive?
No, it's not. That's not it. It is the second half score is 14-7 Cleveland.
Okay.
The Giants go for it on 4th in their own territory. Do not get it.
Don't get it.
The Browns.
You're getting crazily specific.
The Browns run 3 times to try to kill the clock, kick the field goal for 24 points. That's most likely.
And this is we need this. The Giants have moved the ball fairly well for a team like
this. Even though Colt McCoy is only 6 for 12. He is 6 of 12. He is 50%. But it hasn't mattered because some of the big plays, some of the passes he's gotten have been chunks. Chunk through the air. Alfred Morris sighting, weirdly, 5 for 24 from Alfred.
We bet that exact situation.
Why?
so they're in a 3 wide receiver set, trips right, bunched up. The tight end steps back. We get motion. Have you been guiding? No, it's a trick of the camera. It's the holidays, man. I'm about to eat some ham this weekend.
Right now, man. I don't think anyone's on a diet right now, man. We're all just sitting around on our fucking asses, can't leave the house. All right. Well, we should put the banner up. What price did you get on 22.5?
Let me see. Second half. Are you making a banner or should I?
Yeah, I'm making a banner, but I wanted your price because I think you bet it a little before I did.
I bet I got 118, but I'm fine with just putting it at 23.
Oh, okay. Well, you can get a 23 right now at +1.
Yeah, it's plus money at 23. I'll make a banner.
We'll grade it based on that. Done. You're too slow.
So any good question? Oh, here's I got a question. Hold up. This is for everyone, including Drufus. And because people send me these questions, and I'm so bad at answering these. Dear Andy, got a fantasy question for you. If you were down by 8.36 points with one wide receiver left, and you have Juju and Deontay, who would you go with? It's a full point PPR and 10 yards per reception. Or 10 yards gets you a point or whatever. So Deontay or Juju, help this guy out, and then I'll respond to his DM. I kind of want Deontay too. Deontay's been getting a lot of volume.
My answer is pretty straightforward. No wrong answer. Both of those guys go over.
They both get the 8 points.
Yeah, both of them get your 8 points tomorrow. No problem. Here's
a question for his league.
So if you're the Steelers, you got to fix Deontay Johnson. You can't just put him on the shelf and say we're going to get it done with someone else if you can't do your job. You got to get him fixed. You got to get him right. You're going to have to get him some reps on the field, get his confidence back up. This is the perfect opportunity for that going up against a team that does not have a defense. The only problem really with both of those looks is that at some point there's not really going to be any incentive for Pittsburgh to throw the ball. I'm regretting not playing this at -12. I was just kind of like, huge spread into the season, fuck it. But this was a good play early on Pittsburgh.
The Ryan Finley experience, and that's what sucks if it turns into a blowout and they end up
which it probably will.
But that's the thing; they don't like running the ball. They don't want to run the ball.
Yeah, I forgot about Deontay. Deontay was so good against the Bengals last time. Yeah, so get Deontay's confidence back up. You're going to need him in January. Yeah.
All right, Justin. Maybe he watches. I don't know, but I DM'd him anyway. Steelers have no running game. Yeah, they even when they
can confirm.
Even when they have healthy, they're fine just not running the ball.
Hey, as a noted Baker Mayfield hater, are you a little nervous that he might actually be the guy? 17 of 19 tonight for 172 and 2 touchdowns. Literally, he is close to having the perfect game.
So I was a little down on him going into last week, and I didn't bet against him. And obviously, we bet on points in the second half. That was a nice test to beat not beat, but beat the defense of a playoff team, put up some points, not struggle against a good team with some good, and they don't have a full strength defense, but still, it's a bigger test than what he'd done the week before. I mean, beating up on a Tennessee secondary is nothing to write home about. So the getting it done, maybe it was just a coaching thing where he showed glimmers in his rookie year, saw some regression, and then now he lives in the stadium, and I think that's helping. And maybe it's the Stefanski thing. So the stadium, like that's the commercials.
Fair. I'm fine giving. I know the commercial. I'm fine giving Stefanski a lion's share of the credit here.
This is a dated joke. This is how we're old. Nobody gets that, do they?
And the McCoys.
The Hatfields and the McCoys.
It's the Hatfields and the McCoys. This is Mayfield getting his revenge on Freddie Kitchens for trying to derail his career last year.
I don't think you can cook a turkey in a smaller deep fryer like that. Anyway, Stefanski might be great. Like Stefanski might be the answer to this. And that's the thing. That was the thing that bothered me so much about Cleveland for years. Dude, you had OPJ and Jarvis, and it was just like, what are we doing here? You had two good running backs, you had two good receivers, you had some tight ends, and just it's not going to ever work.
Here's the real question: is who is the best of the rookie head coaching hires between Matt Rule, Joe Judge, Ron Rivera, Kevin Stefanski, and Mike McCarthy?
Well, I think we have a fifth place in that. I probably got to hire,
probably, right?
Yeah, it's got to be. Stefanski had a lot to work. Stefanski had a lot to work with.
Oh, hell yeah!
I probably want to give it to Matt Rule.
Was the best hire, best long-term hire, Matt Rule over Stefanski?
We'll yet to see how much when Joe Brady gets a head coaching job, we'll see how good he is. But he's been working with a pretty shitty roster at times. That defense is horse shit. He's got a placeholder quarterback. He had PJ Walker in one game. You're missing McCaffrey for half the season. Rule really did overdo it. Like Stefanski, it felt like we had these expectations where it's like, hey, he's coming in and he has this team with good receivers, two great running backs, a quarterback project who can be good. It felt like the expectations were that he was going to be good. Remember what we were saying about Carolina before the season? Like this roster has so much turnover. It could be a 2-win team.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I guess I've been more impressed, but honestly, if
we were way off, they've won 4.
Yeah, either of those
covering
teams,
well.
whatever.
They're covering a lot though.
They are a cover machine. Teddy backdoor.
Teddy
backdoor, man.
That's how it goes.
But I mean, I couldn't be mad. Like they should do it. It doesn't have to be like an award or some stupid shit, but they should say that. Like it could be like the FedEx Air Player of the Week or whatever, where they say like best rookie of the rookie coach of the year. That should be a thing.
Stefanski.
Yeah. I mean, I'd give it a Cole award, but probably Stefanski based on the record and just what it means. They're not going to win the division, but they are going to win the division here in the next 5 years, I would think. At one point, I would think they have a good shot at getting one division title here soon. They haven't won a division title since '89. A lot of you motherfuckers weren't even alive. Sorry, we're not in overtime yet. Dude, that's a long time.
I guess what is your long-term prognostication of the AFC North? Do you think realistically this is the Browns division now? That sounds like
no. I think they can hang with Baltimore. I think Pittsburgh is. Who knows what happens with all those good players they have in that defense? It depends what they decide to do with quarterback eventually. But I think they can hang with Baltimore going forward. Overtime. Like they'll get a division win here at some point.
Speaking of division wins, your Buffalo Bills win the AFC East. Is that right? Am I overstepping? They needed to win, right? They won?
I think they have clinched.
Bills, AFC East champions. Let me just double
check. They have clinched the division. The Chiefs clinched their division.
That means the Buffalo Bills will have a home game in the playoffs for the first time since when, Andy?
1994?
Ooh, close. 96. You were close on that, actually.
Ooh, who was the
96,
quarterback in
Jim
96?
Kelly.
Rob Johnson yet?
Jim Kelly's Buffalo Bills were 8.5-point favorites at home to the Jacksonville Jaguars and Mark Brunell, and they lost 30-27. Interesting that we haven't seen Bills home playoff game since 1996. Unbelievable. That was actually the 95 season, right? It was January 6th, I think.
I would think so.
Yeah.
If it were a January game there, so
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, once nobody does circle the wagons quite like the Buffalo Bills.
Do you think
it'll be weird?
I fired early on the Bills for Monday Night Football against the Patriots. Something about the Patriots and the way they're being coached and the way that they're playing out there, and the potential for Stephon Gilmore probably doesn't take the field was enough for me to get involved with the Bills on the road under a touchdown. Am I a little too enthusiastic here about Buffalo off of what was a very impressive?
Is that a Monday night game?
Monday Night Football.
Are you ready?
Buffalo heads to Gillette.
Boy, Buffalo has had a lot of primetime games.
This is their fourth consecutive standalone.
I suppose they've had some, and you know what? Early in the season, they had some standalone too, and a lot of that wasn't just scheduling; it was the goofiness of the COVID early on. But boy,
do you think I'm over my skis here, or do you think that's a fair play?
If it's 6.5 and you had to make me bet a side, I'm going to lay the points.
It's still 6.5. It's barely moved. I thought it was going to go to 7. That's why I took it.
There's 5.5s in the market apparently. Maybe not where we can bet, but.
Ooh, Mayfield sacked for an 11-yard loss. Don't like to see that.
I heard he fumbled, which would be good.
I would like the Browns to go ahead and cover this game. Let's not fuck this up, guys. It was.
You think he was down? I didn't see it. 3rd and 22. That's not a good spot to start the game in for an over. Let's just call that a fumble. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
They got skipped this one this year.
Punt. Lame.
Sure down.
All right. Well, punt's not a great way to start it, but let's go. Colt McCoy pick 6.
He got 18 yards on that 4th third down play.
It's tough when it's
garbage yards.
3rd and a trillion.
That just puts worse field position for the Giants. Sugar. All right. Well,
what's the Christmas plans? You're just gonna get fucked up?
Me?
Yeah.
That's a fair play. It's minus 1,000.
I think so too.
I don't think there's a lot of that. It's going to be hard to write any tickets on the under of alcoholic beverages consumed by me this week. You're not going to be writing many under tickets. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, me and the wife just decided to say the hell with getting presents, just do stockings. So I just sent her that article that Will and Tim had about what is the whiskey, top 20 whiskeys of the year. I sent her that article. Said go to liquor store.
What was number 1? Talisker?
I don't remember, but
I had that before, and I wasn't especially impressed.
There's a Basil Hayden's
suspect.
A Christmas, like a seasonal Basil Hayden's I kind of wanted. So I said number 6, number 17, or whatever. Like pick out one of these 4 if you can find it. So hopefully that's what I'm on. Halftime pod Christmas Day. I don't see why not. I'm not going to be doing anything. I already told Drew we're going to watch. Like we're not traveling. We do Christmas on Christmas Eve. Just Santa stuff in the morning. What do you think Pizzola's getting stucky? Pizzola is just. He is negative Pizzola this
fucking
season.
Love it.
He's gone full Grinch, and I'm loving it because it's way more entertaining.
I'm a big Pizzola guy, so
yeah, I like him. He cracks me up when he just goes full negative. But so yeah, I'm not doing anything for Christmas. Just gonna drink and watch movies, and yeah, there'll be a halftime Christmas Day halftime. See you
we
there.
tip the Boulevardier for Thanksgiving. I'll come up with another specialty cocktail if you're interested, and what I'll be pouring on Christmas Day. It'll be Al's Christmas. Yeah, I don't know if there may be an Al's appearance. There may be. We'll see.
Oh God.
I think. We'll give you a good
I'll be out in the woods.
recommendation for.
That's a Vikings game too, isn't it?
You're gonna go out to the woods for it? Just
I don't know, man.
On your Christmas light.
Either the boat or the woods. We'll see how dark it is. It's Zola and Nish. No, they're.
It's not even trolling. That's extremely good-natured ribbing.
Yeah. They like each other.
Yeah, that's like how you pick on your.
I'm gonna put this. Is this being recorded? I've seen them kiss in real life.
What?
Nah, I made that up.
Have you met Kanish in real life?
You can say whatever you want. No, God, I would never
I've
go
met
to Detroit
a couple times, but I've never met Kanish in real life. It'll be.
I'm glad I didn't. Remember, I was gonna go to Boston that weekend, and then that was like the epicenter of COVID. So I'm super glad I didn't.
Yeah, thankfully you're still alive because you didn't go.
Yeah, lived, and you didn't get it
somehow. Tell the tale.
Your mellow California vibes don't allow for the virus to get in.
We'll never know. We'll never know.
And Rufus tweeting like that he lost his sense of smell or said it on he was like weeks ahead of that as far as that coming out in the news. I remember that. It was weird. He's like, I can't taste anything. And then it's on like CNN 2 weeks later.
That was the key. That was the key that was the telltale symptom. Yeah. Yep.
Grinder. Tennis betting. Are we going to bet some tennis this spring?
If there's tennis to bet, you better fucking believe it.
There will be the first tournament of the spring. Usually it is summer because it's summer in Australia when they start the season in Hobart, when they start the season down in some of these Melbourne and what's the one that's not the Aussie Open? Hobart,
Sydney has one. There's the one in India. There's one in the Emirates.
And then
Chennai.
Chennai, yeah. But normally we're starting.
Brisbane. Brisbane's the big one. Yeah, Brisbane and Auckland. Brisbane has a 500. Auckland has a 500. Sydney has a 500. Mumbai.
Melbourne has a big one. And then the first one of the year this year is the Delray Beach Open, which is just wild.
Yeah. Yep. I think I don't know. I'm hopeful that they get the Aussie off in February like they've talked about.
We wanted to do like an East Coast trip and do something.
We will at some point.
Yeah, once this vaccine kicks in, we might be on the East Coast. I keep talking about what's it? Deep Dive Live from the Encore Boston Harbor.
That's gonna be sick. Can't wait for that one. We'll do a bunch of fun stuff like that. We
should go to Texas too.
Austin. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll do a couple of fun things like that for sure. We just need, the world not to be quite as much of a shit show as it is currently.
It's super messed up. Like we get so it's funny how quickly we adapt to this world, how this works, because it's just so normal now, like wearing a mask and doing this and but not being able to do certain things, not being in restaurants. But like I have a 6-year-old and like we drove past a Buffalo Wild Wings and he's like, "Oh, I love that place. We should go there." I'm like, "Yeah, it's closed, buddy." He's like, "Oh, because of the sickness." And it's like straight out of one of these dystopian movies where Children of Men. It feels like we're in one of those movies there when we start thinking about it.
Blanslot makes a great point. Austin, Massachusetts is definitely better than Boston. That reminds that I mean they're both fun cities though. Both are fun.
Good movie too.
That was a good Road Trip. Yeah, Road Trip was the call out there, which was quite excellent. Giants are moving the ball, but it's more of a matriculation then a chunk, then a chunk.
We need some chunks.
I know we need some chunks, guys.
Oh, they're across the 50.
Encore's on the market, really? Or if Bitcoin goes any higher, maybe we'll buy the Encore and have some live shows there. How about that?
I don't know if it's going to go that high. We are not allowed to care that. We will do.
What is stopping it?
Deep dive Mississauga. That'll be one. Deep dive Pacific Northwest, live from Tacoma.
Giants got the ball in Browns territory.
I'm trying to think of another good. Well, maybe LA may not seem so cool to you, but I've never been to LA.
Los Angeles is a lot of fun. Yeah, deep dive Omaha. We have some friends in Omaha. I actually know the Omaha mayor, believe it or not. Taught her how to shuck a lobster.
I really like Council Bluffs. There's a bunch of shitty casinos there that I've had a lot of fun in. I used to, my commissioner of my old fantasy football league lives in Papillon.
Oh.
Which is a suburb.
Have we met in real life? Yes. We've hung out in Vegas a handful of times, and believe it or to the shock of no one, Andy is probably an all-time Vegas hang. As cool as they come to hang out with in Las Vegas.
We did have fun. We had a lot of fun in Vegas.
Yeah. What does BTC end at?
There's no end.
There's no end. It ends at 0 if it ends. But I don't think that's realistic at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, normally we wait for like
a score.
That's why this overtime is so long.
What does it end 2020 at? I'm going to go with 26-ish. I think it gets into the 30s in January based on some of the futures contracts that I'm seeing that are big dollars flying around. I think it's going to keep crushing up into the 30s in January. I don't think there's an emergency to get money down on it because I think everyone and their mother is going to take the next 2 weeks off. I don't know if you have if you're a white collar job. I got a funny feeling you're not going to be getting a lot of phone calls or emails the next 2 weeks. I think there's going to be a lot of
Christmas shutdown should be way bigger. Yeah. You know where the moon, you know where it ends up at? Goddamn moon.
The goddamn moon. When moon, Andy? When moon?
When moon?
When?
These runs for no yardage are not helping. We're gonna need some help here.
They're crushing the clock, like killing the clock.
Yeah, if they don't score at the end of this drive, I'm not watching the rest of this game.
No, I think we're in a little bit of trouble here.
It's been a good run.
Cleveland has barely had the damn ball.
So
I guess they're winning time possession somehow, though.
Not great when we're already worried about how we get this to overtime.
I don't want overtime. I'll just take it.
We need a touchdown on this play. All right.
A touchdown on this play wouldn't be bad, especially if it was a Browns touchdown, like a pick six.
Yeah, a pick six would be cool.
I hate Colt McCoy, man. He's not a good quarterback to watch.
I like him as a person.
Do you?
What's happened? Oh, there's an injury for Richardson. I'm not even watching a stream right now.
3 yards Gallman.
Oh, good.
Right. We know we're in trouble when there was a 2nd and 10 run.
Yeah. All right. Yep. It's NBA season. Check in the playoffs. See you guys.
This is bad. All right, man. Have a great one. I'm gonna play the music. Let's regroup tomorrow. Sound good?
Yes.
Fucking Freddie Kitchens, man. Why did they flex this game? What were they thinking?
Do 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 do.
I'm trying to think if there was a game that played today that was less interesting than this one, and I don't think there is. I think this is the worst game all day. Maybe Baltimore-Jacksonville? Was there a worse game all day?